All right, welcome back, everyone. Today, we've got a seriously fantastic explainer lined up for you. We are jumping headfirst into the incredibly intense, high-stakes world building of the Noctari Arrival script excerpt. I mean, if you are a fan of that gritty, deep sci-fi lore where literally every single decision is a matter of life or death, you are going to love this. We're going to map out the universe, look at their survival tactics, and honestly, dig into this wild technological paradox that just flips space combat completely on its head. Okay, let's dive into this. Right off the bat, the source material does not hold your hand. It throws us directly into absolute chaos. Fire at will, how did they get so close? You know, this isn't one of those slow, comfortable introductions to a sci-fi universe where you get a nice sweeping tour of the galaxy. No way. It is a desperate, scrambling moment of sheer survival. They are being ambushed, and that sheer panic in the question, how did they get so close, immediately tells us that whoever or whatever is attacking them is stealthy, highly advanced, and utterly lethal.
Section 1. The Brink of Extinction. High Stakes in the Noctari Universe.
So, the attack we just saw, it wasn't just some random unlucky skirmish. It's part of this massive, overarching threat that has pushed this crew and honestly probably their entire civilization right to the edge. And this next detail brilliantly illustrates exactly the kind of pressure they're under. 1. The crew explicitly states they have exactly 1 more month of this before they face complete extinction. Just really think about that timeline for a second. 1 single month separating your survival from the complete erasure of your people. It's this terrifying ticking clock driving the whole narrative. There's zero time for, long-term geopolitical strategies. It is all about immediate, high-risk, high-reward plays. And because of that ticking clock, the commander is forced into making incredibly tough calls. She realizes pretty instantly that engaging this enemy is just completely pointless. The opposing force is way too overwhelming, so she has to swallow her pride and order a tactical, bare-minimum survival retreat. She tells her team, get to the hangar before it's too late, and they just barely make it off the ground. It's a really sobering reminder of just how vulnerable they are in this universe. Section 2. The Desperate Rescue Mission. Seeking a savior on Nobu's third moon. But you see, their retreat wasn't just about running away. They were actually running toward a last-ditch hope. They need to find a specific someone who might just be able to stop their extinction. But getting to this supposed savior, it's not exactly a walk in the park. Their destination is Nobu's third moon, which is described as this place full of low-tech sand craters. Now, you might be thinking, in a highly advanced sci-fi universe, a low-tech environment should be super easy to navigate, right? Well, actually, no. The crew immediately recognizes that this could very well be a trap. Approaching an unknown, potentially hostile, unpredictable environment like this just adds a massive layer of tension to a mission that's already completely desperate. Section 3. Meet the Resistance crew. Commanders, captains, and tin men. So let's look at the people actually risking everything to pull this off, and the incredibly tense dynamics between them. First up, the target they are hunting for. This profile is fascinating. He has a very guilty past. He's explicitly tied to the Noctari and is considered just as guilty as they were back then. He prefers male pronouns, which the crew specifically notes you shouldn't offend more than necessary because he's known to be highly irrational. So, here's the kicker. Their potential savior is actually a guy that a member of the crew, Nino, actively wants to kill. Nino hates him for his past crimes. Talk about a massive internal conflict for the team, right? Now, managing that explosive internal conflict falls entirely on the commander. And she is deeply pragmatic. I mean, tough as nails. When Nino threatens to kill the target if you won't help them, she shuts it down immediately. Direct order. Put your personal feelings in a box. They need him alive. Whatever he did in the past doesn't matter right now. Literally, the only thing that matters is the survival of their people over the next 30 days. But hey, don't mistake her pragmatism for her being, passive. If you want to understand just how formidable this commander really is, just look at her interaction with the Tin Man. So the Tin Man is this resilient, newly upgraded training robot. The commander casually decides she needs to blow off some steam, get some exercise, and spars with this machine. She goes at it so hard, so intensely, that the robot actually has to stop the session, warning that its circuits are beginning to melt. She literally short-circuited an upgraded combat droid through sheer physical exertion. I absolutely love that detail. It tells you exactly the kind of powerhouse leading this mission. Section 4. Blades over lasers. The technological paradox of Noctari. Okay, so this is where the world building shifts into something truly unique and strategically brilliant.
Now, what's really interesting about this slide is the captain's complete confusion. As the commander is gearing up to head down to the potentially hostile surface of Nobu's third moon, the captain is like, hey, maybe at least take a blaster? And the commander just replies, you mean, why would I bring a sword to a gunfight? The captain clearly thinks she is being incredibly reckless here. I mean, why on earth would you abandon modern laser weaponry in a universe this lethal? Well, let's break down how this ties into the universe's core combat mechanics, because it's brilliant. For centuries, the military in this universe has been upgrading their armor. We've got intelligent armor and auto shields. Now, these advancements made soldiers virtually impossible to kill with a laser shot. The auto shields automatically detect and deflect any incoming energy weapons. But, and this is a huge but, because everyone became completely obsessed with laser defense, they completely forgot about kinetic threats, which brings us to the high carbon steel blades. This introduces a concept they call the old ways. Because these auto shields are calibrated strictly for super high-energy laser blasts, a primitive, physical object, like a thin, high-carbon steel blade, doesn't even register. It simply bypasses the intelligent armor entirely. It slips right through the laser-immune shields. And here is the terrifying realization for the crew. That low-tech tribe guarding their target on the moon, they know the old ways. If they get attacked, this tribe isn't going to use lasers. They are going to come at them with blades, and those fancy shields won't do a thing to stop them. So, recognizing this massive technological blind spot, the commander makes a really bold tactical call, a solo mission. She basically tells the captain, look, if our tech-reliant crew comes with me, they'll be dead before sundown in a sword fight. They rely way too much on their modern shields. So the commander, the exact same woman who melts training droids just for a workout, she is going in alone. She's heading down there to face the blades herself, all to find this guilty, highly irrational man who might just be the only thing standing between them and extinction.
And that leaves us with this final burning question. Will the old ways be enough to save them? We've just explored a universe where the most advanced cutting-edge technology is entirely bested by a simple piece of sharpened steel. A universe where avoiding extinction means putting all your trust in an enemy. It just brilliantly showcases how adapting to your environment, and sometimes actually looking backward, is the ultimate key to survival. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. Keep analyzing, keep learning, and I'll see you next time as we decode another fantastic piece of the puzzle.